everybody! Happy Myrtle's birthday. Was that party so fun or what? I had such a good time. And actually, I have really had pets on my brain because Myrtle is a pet that belongs to all of us. And also, I know that when I've talked to some of our Spring Hill friends on Zoom, on the computer, I've seen pets come into the frame and I've been able to see who everybody's pet is. It's been really cool. You guys know I talk so much about my dogs Suki and my cats Beezer and Birdie, so you've heard about them before. And today we thought we would put on a special show. First I'm gonna read a book that is all about pets. It's one of my favorite pet books, and I think it might be one of your favorite pet books too, because we read this all the time at Spring Hill and we love this book. So we're gonna go do that, and then after, there's gonna be a little surprise. And then I wanna show you about how we can be vets. All right, let's go read that book. This book is called Bark, George. But the only reason I know that is because I know this book very well. It does say it on the spine, but there's nothing on the cover. I think we lost the book jacket to this, or it got really badly ripped. But fortunately, we still have all the insides of the book. It's called Bark, George by Jules Feiffer. Bark, George. To Madeline. George's mother said, "Bark, George." George went. Meow. "No, George," said George's mother. "Cats go meow. Dogs go arf. Now, bark, George." George went. Quack, quack. "No, George," said George's mother. "Ducks go quack, quack. Dogs go arf. Now bark, George." George went. Can you see George's mother's face? Can you make that face? Look at her eyeballs, they're like rolled up like this. Ugh. Oh, and this time, like, her paws over her head. "No, George," said George's mother. "Pigs go oink, dogs go arf. Now bark, George." George went. Do you think this time he's gonna say arf, right? George went. George's mother took George to the vet. "I'll soon get to the bottom of this," said the vet. "Please, bark, George." George went. Meow. Can you see he's putting on his latex glove? Can you pretend to put on a latex glove? The vet reached deep down inside of George and pulled out a cat. What? Wait, what? I know! Beezer, he pulled out a cat! Oh my gosh! This cat even kind of looks like Beezer. Let me go get him. Maybe if this were a play or a movie, Beezer could pretend to be this kitty. Can you see their faces? They're like, what? 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 Even George is surprised, but I suspect that George knows. He must know why there was a cat inside of his belly, but I don't know. "Bark again, George." George went. Quack, quack. The vet reached deep, deep down inside of George and pulled out a duck. "Bark again, George." George went. The vet reached deep, deep, deep down inside of George and pulled out a pig. Bark again, George. George went, mm. The vet put on his longest latex glove. Are you ready? Get all your fingers in. Then he reached deep, 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 deep down inside of George and pulled out a cow. What? Oh my gosh, George's mother, she looks like she fainted. She's like, what? She's upside down. Even George's eyes are like, even the cow's eyes are like, what just happened to me? Oh no. How did all of these animals get inside of George? What do you think? That is very strange. Bark again, George. George went. Can you see how excited they are? They're jumping with joy. Yeah, I know, it's so exciting. George's mother was so thrilled that she kissed the vet. Can you see how George's mother does kisses? Not like people, right? She doesn't go like this. She goes like this. She kissed the vet, and the cat, and the duck, and the pig, and the cow. On the way home, she wanted to show George off to everyone on the street. She was so proud. So she said, bark, George. And George went. Oh no. Hello. Wait a second. Dogs definitely don't say hello. What do dogs say again? Do they meow? No. They say arf. But what animal does say hello? So who do you think could be in his belly this time? Oh, George. That is such a funny book. That always cracks us up at Spring Hill. I love reading that book. I was thinking this book is kind of perfect for acting out. This is a good book for playing out the characters. In fact, I, right now, am kind of dressed up like the vet. Let's see. Do I kind of look like the vet? I've got a tie, I've got a white coat, some jeans. Oh, I am missing something on my face. 2 things. I'll see what I can do. And I also have a George puppet. This is a puppet that I've used at the library and at Spring Hill before. You can reach deep, deep, deep down inside of him. And also, hey Suki! Suki! Do you want to take a peek at Suki? Suki has a red handkerchief. She doesn't look exactly like George's mommy, but I think maybe she can play her. What do you think, Suki? You've got the same red handkerchief? All right, well, let's get started. Let's go. Bark, George, by Jules Feiffer. As told by Anna, Suki, Beezer, and Emily. George's mother said, Bark, George. George went. No, George. Cats go meow. Dogs go arf. Now, bark, George. George went. No, George, said George's mother. Ducks go quack, quack. Dogs go arf. Now bark, George. George went. No, George, said George's mother. Pigs go oink. Dogs go arf. Now bark, George. George went. George's mother went to call the vet. Open up. Excuse me a moment. Hello? Slow down. Slow down. Uh-huh. Yes. He keeps saying what? Carlene, could you clear my schedule for the day? Yes, come in immediately. All right, see you soon. Bye. Oh, George's mother, you're here. Okay, let's go to my office right away. Come on. Bark, George. We'll soon get to the bottom of this. Don't worry, Mrs. George's mother. It's all right. It's all right. It's gonna be okay. Look away. What? George. Oh my gosh. I know. That's crazy. What? Okay, George. Bark. That's not right. Okay. What? How did I get in here? George, what have you been up to? All right, bark again, George. All right, bark again, George. I am going to need my longest latex glove for this one. It'll be all right, I promise. Okay. Bark again, George. Again? Again? All right, bark again, George. Yay! George's mother was so thrilled that she kissed the vet, and the cat, and the duck, and the pig, and the cow, and Myrtle. You were a great patient today, George. Yes, what a good boy. I'm so happy for you. I'm glad you're feeling better. On the way home, George's mother wanted to show George off to everyone on the street. Bark, George. And George went, hello. Did you guys like that story? I love that Bark George. It's such a good book. So after reading Bark George, I was thinking of one of our favorite Spring Hill things to do, and that is playing doctor and vet. And especially because, of course, I was playing a vet, I'm kind of really wanting to pretend to be a vet right now. But the thing is, I need a patient. And I'm thinking, let's see, I see Birdie is right here. Yeah. And I was thinking, if I'm the vet, I can pretend maybe that Birdie is at the doctor and I can do a checkup. Birdie, you're being such a good patient. This is so unexpected. Well, I tell you what, if you have a pet at home, you can definitely use your pet, or maybe if you have a sister or brother at home, you could use them as your patient. But if you don't have any of those things, or if your pet or your brother or sister isn't being very cooperative, you can always use a stuffed animal to be your patient. I was gonna use this guy, but Birdie's being such a good patient, I'm gonna try and see. So I don't have a doctor kit at home like we have at Spring Hill, so I brought a few things that I can maybe pretend are doctor tools. I have some of these rubber gloves that I'm gonna pretend are doctor gloves. I have this, did you see in the Bark George show, I use this as like a stethoscope, like that. It's actually a headset that you talk into on the phone. And I also brought a cozy mat for my patient to lie down on. I brought some scraps of fabric. I know at Spring Hill we really love to wrap gently and make bandages with scraps of fabric. I brought a honeycomb thing that you use to dip into honey and spread honey. I was thinking it kind of looks like the thermometer we use at Spring Hill. Can I take your temperature? What do you think, Bert? Maybe not, I don't know. When we do a checkup at Spring Hill, it's always one of the first things that we start with is a body check. So we might check their eyes, we might check their ears, we might check their mouth and paws, maybe their tail. I'm gonna write on my chart, let's see. Okay, ears are looking good. Yeah, and let me see those eyes. Excellent. Oh, you might also want to check the teeth. What other kinds of things could you check? I know a lot of times at school we like to pretend that maybe a patient is coming in because they got hurt. Maybe they have a broken ankle, or I don't know. Hey Bert, he might be done being my patient right now, but that's okay. Let me just make a few notes on his chart. Let's see. Okay. Maybe I'll check him again later. But you know what? First, I almost forgot. If I were a real doctor or vet, there's something so important that I would have to do. Before I do anything, I need to make sure that my hands are super clean so that I wouldn't spread any germs. And there's a song that I learned pretty recently that is really fun. I just learned it, so I have to look at the words. I'm gonna look at the words and sing it while I pretend to wash my hands. Here we go. I'm at my sink right now. I'm gonna turn on the water and get the soap. First it goes, soap and water, start the fire, start the fire. I could use a back rub, I could use a back rub. I'm so tired, I'm so tired. Flap your wings now, butterfly, butterfly. Time to milk the cow now, time to milk the cow now. 1 through 5, 1 through 5. This is perfect for Bark George. Scratch the puppy, scratch the puppy. It's so fun, it's so fun. Now you really oughta dive into the water. Now we're done. Now we're done. Okay, my hands are super, super clean. so I can put on my latex gloves for retrieving animals out of other animals if I'm the vet in Park Georgia, yes. All right, I hope that you guys will share with us if you decide to play vet or doctor at your house. Also, do you know what? I was thinking, because I remember up in the Love Loft at Spring Hill, there's a picture, there's the documentation that shows all of the kids and all of their pets. And I'm wondering if your mom or dad could send in a picture of your pet and maybe a picture of you too, so that we could play that game, that guessing game of guess who belongs to who. That'll be a really fun game that we can play at our own houses.